Why do the banks never advise you to sell? You've heard it, but yet everybody kind of plays along or follows along. That, 90% of all the analysts that follow a stock, almost all of them have buy ratings on the stock. In your IRAs, your individual retirement accounts, your 401k, you are only allowed to buy stock. You're not supposed to short it. The financial media, the Contrarian News Bubble channel, every analyst, banking representative, stock pimp is always recommending to buy, to buy, to buy. Every financial advisor, buy. Notice how Bill Griffiths every day, what are you buying? What are you buying today? Every single talking head, listen to them on morning, noon, and night for just one day. What are you buying? Are you getting diversified? Are you putting some money to work? What are you buying? What are you buying today? It's conducive for the person walking past that station when they're on air, maybe sitting at a bar waiting for a flight. They want to get a hot tip from somebody. What are they buying? What are they buying? I got to buy me some of that. They get your money in there. Have you ever thought about, if everyone is buying, right? If everyone is buying, then who the hell is selling, right? Somebody, for every buyer, there's a seller. Some weeks, things are more pronounced, than not. But let's think back to, '08, right? Notice how the market bottoms when the retail crowd, you, me, when we all finally say, I can't stand it anymore, I'm selling, that usually marks the bottom. Isn't that perverse? Who do you think was buying on March 9th of 2009? The banks. They borrowed the money from the Federal Reserve. It was free. They tipped you upside down, shook out your coins. The people who want to buy the market now, were puking it out in '08, and the market was going up, going up, going up, going up, right, for 10 years, and people were buying and buying. Guess who was selling it to them? The banks. They bought your paper. The companies bought your paper back in '08, and they've been selling it all the way up. Now, the selling got a little out of hand, I admit, 2 weeks ago. Consider this. The Dow Jones took 250 years to travel, as crooked as it is, and that's a whole nother subject, but travel to some 26,000 points. In 1 week, the Dow Jones traveled or traversed 22,000 points. Now you might say, well, I didn't lose anything. I didn't sell. You might want to check your statement at the end of the month. You just might want to check that. But who do you think was selling? With a vengeance, right? 22,000 points in 1 week. Well, there are a couple of reasons that I'm going to answer this question for you, or maybe have never been explained this way, but there certainly is. The asset gatherers, the bankers, the brokers, and let's face it, the financial industry, they're the ones who keep the media, keep the lights on for them, and they put all their representatives on, CNBC. So it's kind of like, fleas on a dog. It's a self-serving apparatus. But when you consider the financial industry is an asset gatherer, they need to gather your assets so that in the aggregate they can leverage that money and do some wild speculative things with it. And of course, the people who are making those decisions know full well they only have to get rich once just once, maybe on one trade, 1 year, and they're set for life. They sell everybody else, the public, a pipe dream, 10% a year. No, scratch that. It was it down to 7% a year? Scratch that. Maybe five. Whatever it is, though. And but there certainly is that aspect of it. But there's also another aspect of it, and I want to talk about the farmer. Now you're saying, oh, by the way, I'm Bag of Don at StockMarketCaddy.com. If you like these videos, feel free to forward them on. Feel free to give us a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to check out our website. Check out our following list. I'm not a broker. I'm not a broker. Obviously, I don't come from the financial industry. No. And if you want to talk about what it is we do, feel free to give me a call at 813-758-8263. I want to talk about the farmer, the corn farmer, as an example. This corn farmer out in Iowa, God love him, thank him, he's got thousands and thousands of acres and he grows corn. Do you think the farmer and his wife on Friday afternoons go to the local supermarket, up in Boston? I don't know if the Star Market is still there, or Piggly Wiggly in the Carolinas, or down here we got Publix. Do you think they go to the supermarket and push their little carriage down there and go to the produce aisle and grab an ear of corn and peel it back and check it out and say, okay, hey, honey, let's get a dozen ears of corn today? No. You nuts? They don't buy corn. They grow corn. They got thousands of acres of corn. Why the hell would they buy corn? They sold the corn to the supermarket, the public supermarket, so that everybody else who doesn't have the acreage and the skill and the work to grow that corn, they sell it, they sell it to the public. So no, the farmer does not buy corn. He is a seller of corn, which now leads us to talk about over here. We'll see if we can put it on the same level. We want to talk about the banks. What the hell does the bank have to do with the farmer? Well, what corn is to the farmer, dollars are to the bank. The bank is in the business of gathering dollars. That's what they do. That is their business. Gathering people's dollars. They do not go into the public stock market and buy stock no more than the farmer would buy corn at a public supermarket. They have all the money. They have all the shares. They're the ones who created the shares in conjunction with the companies and put the shares into the public supermarket to be sold to the sheeple. So they don't buy. They don't buy. They are sellers. And if you are a seller of stock, you are competing with the bank. What's crazy is, though, the public, they go to the bank. They go to their representatives. They go to their brokers. They go to their financial analysts. They go to their media. And they ask them what they should do with their money. What, do I want to be in the market? Do I want to be that, Mr. Banker? Are you crazy? Do you think he's got any interest in telling you the truth? I'm Bag of Don at StockMarketCaddy.com. If you want to be challenged your thinking. If you want to learn, if you want to control this part of your life, I'm not saying that you've got to become a farmer. I'm not saying you got to become a bank. But I am saying that the financial industry, the financial markets are not what you think they are. And if you think programming your VCR was difficult, yes, working with machines and technology, especially in finance, is tough. But we can help you if you got the time, the interest to dedicate to it. Otherwise, God help you.